If y'all want real men in your life, start acting like it. Start putting that energy out there. Don't go looking for it because you ain't gonna find it. Make sure your energy, focus on your craft, focus on what you're supposed to be doing.
And the energy will come.
Yo, always. I ain't never lost. I lost a lot of money chasing these women. I ain't never lost no money chasing. I ain't never lost no women chasing no money. You feel me? Like, and that's gotta be the mentality. And it ain't about the money. It's about the options. How am I gonna get here to from this point, and then what? I gotta be able to lead on every aspect,
right?
And everybody gotta be in that same accord. If you ain't with me, you against me. It ain't no equilibrium.
Typically, individuals that get to a certain level of power have amassed a certain level of confidence and charisma, and all of that is also attractive.
I completely agree.
So it could just be, it may not just only be status, but it may be some ancillary characteristics that go along with that. Because
in order to get to where they at, they probably have some other ancillary characteristics that got them to that position of power or that amount of wealth, right? Like someone who's attained amount of wealth, they're smart in doing something, or fantastic entertainer, or talented in some way that can then, right? So you're willing to deal with more bullshit from that person than as opposed to, someone who's a civil servant, someone who works like a social worker job, making a meaningful amount of money, but not something that is considered fantastic.
I don't know that I am.
So this is why, like, dudes,
I feel like a lot of women are.
In like high school and college that are like more usually the nerds, right? Like the nerdy type dudes, they get no respect all during that time. But then there starts to be a certain switch, and it's usually let me keep it funky with you. It's usually when the woman has hit what I and the community refers to as the wall, right? Like they begin to understand that their eggs are beginning to prune up, right? So they're beginning to understand that, that the time is of the essence, right? Because typically what happens is like during your early 20s, it's the experimental phase, right? Like it's time for you to go above and beyond and see who you are, learn about yourself and experience. And then you might come across a Chad Tyrone that does right in that particular moment. Probably was never the best decision for you to raise kids in anyway. Sure. But then as that transition happens, right, and understanding that your checklist, your 100-point checklist, at 22, at 25, it's about 80-point checklist. Then at 27, it's about a 60-point checklist, right? And then at 30, it's like a 20-point checklist, right? Like, and the checks begin to be, I don't need someone at 6'2".
Maybe it's not necessarily the amount of checks. Maybe it's just what is
each check.
What is every line item?
The magnitude of each
the substance of each line item, right? Like changes. That changes. But I think that doesn't necessarily, it's not solely indicative on a woman feeling like she's reaching her wall.
So Pam, who's probably a reform hood booger, subscribe to Asha C as well as Shira 7. This is Twitter, by the way. Screenshot. Shout out to Shao Khan Shoulder Charge. He sent this over to me. Screenshot it. Only broke ass niggas complain about paying a woman's bills or buying her things. It ain't nothing to a boss. Trust me. Mr. Cash on Twitter. Don't know the young man. This is how women manipulate you niggas, and it works flawlessly every goddamn time. ideologies like that piss me off. You know why? Because it's scammy. It's scammy. It's you're using privilege. You're using your position in the culture to control somebody. And I don't like that, because it is scammy by nature. And I want you to know, love, and understand that. And I think that, like, in talking with you right now, you agree that it's a little scammy, at least the way that she's proposing it. And what I'm saying, listen, hood booger, bro. I'm about to coin that term. I'm about to have a whole bunch of words that I coined on the channel. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is that, like, there has to be a proof on both sides of the coin in order to establish value. Because at the point that you establish value, that's when you know how much you can trust her. That's when you know how valuable that she actually is. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of people out there that force a lot of fake value and then use shaming tactics in order to get things that they want. It's manipulation. Like, there's a lot of Instagram thotties who look fantastic but can't read. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, I'm looking at them on Instagram and they're a 10 on Instagram, right? Or they just understand lighting. They just understand camera angles or what have you. So then they look exceptionally valuable, but then you get face to face and then their mouthpiece is trash. You know what I mean?
Not the mouthpiece.
How you feel about all that? I don't want to over.
Too late. No, I think that I think she's absolutely wrong, because she's saying only broke ass niggas. That the first couple words is wrong, because people that are financially conscious does not mean that they're broke. You know what I mean? But it also seems like she's coming from a standpoint of, it could be, because we don't know, it could be that she could be already with that person. So if you're already with that person and a guy is complaining about buying or like paying for my bills or buying me things, then that could be a little like, if you with someone or you dealing with someone and then they purchase something or they're complaining about having to purchase something, that would be that would be a little run. You stay away from those situations, fellas.
The older you get, your priorities change, right? And the more mature you are, and you come into an understanding of what it takes to build a life with someone. And maybe those characteristics that you had at 20 don't really fit what it takes to really build a life with someone and a future with someone, right? Looks don't really determine like how good of a father you can be. Looks don't necessarily determine how rich you can be or how much money you can make. Looks don't necessarily determine how well you're going to love me and pour into me and build me up. So I definitely don't want to define a woman's changing or reevaluating of her checklist based on whether or not she's hit a wall or a certain age. I definitely just feel like it's because of the knowledge and the maturity that you gain as you grow older.
Okay, so are we assuming that women in their younger 20s are not mature enough to understand?
Some of them are. I think some of them are. But I think just like biologically, let me just talk to my bio major here. Like, biologically, your brain is not fully myelinated until a certain age. Oh, sorry, right? So at some point,
I think you know what it is?
I'm not physically capable of it.
I think you know in your early 20s, and you choose to ignore.
No, I agree with that, because I will say, like, we were in our grad programs, like you were in your grad program for sure in your early 20s. Yeah, for sure. And you made decisions based off that truth. Yeah. And like, they weren't like, you knew that they were good person. Really make the best decision. I think for me it was like, at the time my priority was like, who do I vibe the best with? Like, we have fun together. We have a lot of fun. That's what matters to me. Because that's what matters the most to me in my 20s. My children. But it wasn't like he's better than him. It just was like what I wanted at the time. And
who you wanted at the time necessarily didn't have the best characteristics. No, correct. So you would give into that you were not as mature as when you started to get older.
Or had different priorities. I wasn't concerned with having a kid. Maybe I was. Or it was here on my list versus here.
But you have a lot of grace in your early 20s.
You give a lot of grace.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Hold on, let me turn this on. Hold on. Let's get it. What's good? Are we live? Guys, leave a 1 down in the building for me if you can hear and or see me correctly. All right? Leave a 1 down in the building if you can hear and or see me. I don't know. I've changed some of my ish up real quick. You should be able to hear me better right now. Guys, let me see some 1s down into the building if you can hear and or see me correctly. I would appreciate it wholeheartedly. Oh, we got the family in the building. Listen, we're going to hit this one quickly. We're going to get in and we're going to get out. Listen, I'm going to send y'all on y'all way with the information that you need, the information that you require. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, I see some 1s coming through. Okay, the audio is low. I just fixed the audio. I just saw that the audio was low. I just fixed the audio, so hopefully the audio sounds good right now. Let me know if the audio sounds good. And we're going to get active. We're going to get in there. Trust and believe that. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I took off last week. I needed a break. The past 2 weeks have been crazy. Not even just from like a content perspective, but like from a work perspective. I know I say that every time that I get up here, but it has been. It really, truly has been. But I appreciate y'all sticking with me. I appreciate the family rocking and rolling with me. I don't know if y'all have seen it or have noticed it lately, but the numbers are on the channel. Oh, the community is going crazy. 12,000 subscribers over the last 30 days, which is absolutely insane, absolutely incredible. You understand what I'm saying? So the family is building, the family is growing, okay? That's key to understand. Shout out to everybody that's down into the building. Let's get it popping over here. Y'all already know what time it is. Hold up, where's my branding at though? Where is my branding? Here we go. Now we can get started. Shout out everybody. Happy Friday. Let's get it popping and let's get active. You understand what I'm saying? Hopefully y'all got all of y'all red cups out so we can hit this conversation appropriately. All right? Cheers and salud. All right? Bang. All right, come on. Delicious. Listen, before we get started, I got some super chats that's down in here that I want to be able to talk about. Also, too, guys, I saw some people calling out where they from. I want you guys right now, call out y'all cities, y'all states, y'all countries right now. Do that for me right now. I want to see where y'all are from. I want to make sure that y'all are connected. I saw there was a couple from South Africa that are new down into the building, and I'm looking at the chat. I'm like, oh shit, we need to understand where people are from. Cities, states, and if you in some country outside of the U.S., if we could get that country as well. You understand what I'm saying? Guys, call that out right now as I acknowledge some of these super chats that have come in already. All right, and then we're going to get into this conversation. I'm not going to hold y'all up, all right? And also, too, how do y'all feel about that new intro? That intro was popping. Yeah, we doing intros from now on when the live stream's popping. Shout out to Dom. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Patreon gang in the building. Hold on, let me throw my Patreon down up in there again. Listen, if you guys want to be a part of the inner circle where you can have 24/7 communication and access to me as well as the growing number of high value, high integrity, awesome people that I consider on in the inner circle where we have conversations almost every day, okay? From a texting conversation perspective, and then also that's the after party spot to this. I used to do like 4 or 5 hour streams on this shit. Now I do a couple of minutes on here. You know what I'm saying? Usually like an hour or so, and then we go to the Discord and we have the after party after that. You understand what I'm saying? Let me leave that. The Patreon link is not working. Listen, some of the mods, if you guys can leave the link down in there, it's patreon.com/MTandR for folks that are interested. Would appreciate help. Thanks. But Dom, my G, I appreciate that. Patreon gang in the building. I appreciate the support. Listen, I want to see those city and states down there too. I got to acknowledge that real quick. And then we're going to get this conversation popping because it's required. It's required that we get in there. Big Don, shout out for the £2. Pound? For the 2 I get the pounds and the euros mixed up. Thank you, my G. Keep up the good work. I appreciate that. All right? Did I just see Uncle Gary Grant in the building? Hold on, let me go back up. Oh, here we go. Shout, what up, nephew? It's been a minute. Are you gonna open the phone lines? I'm not sure yet, Uncle Gary. I'm not sure yet, not specific to. I like to keep these shorter up here nowadays, and I know when I open up the phone lines, we like to get active in here. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm gonna see how I feel towards the end of this, and then I'll let you know. You know what I'm saying? I want to hear your perspective though. I will say that. Shout out to Uncle Gary Grant, the building. Shout out to Eobar Twain. First time I'm seeing you donate, my G. Thank you for coming through, and I appreciate the support. Everything matters. Everything counts. Thank you so much for the $4 super chat. Let me see what's happening down up in here. Shout out to Bruce Jamal Lucas. First time I'm seeing you in the building as well, my G. Shout out. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you. Shout out to Marcus Sneed joining the Patreon. Sue need all the knowledge. Oh, it's up there. Okay, and we have these, the conversations after this where I can get more personal on my own server. Oh, they turn up. Anyone that's in the Patreon gang, let the folks know in the chat how we get active in the after parties. You understand what I'm saying? Would appreciate it. Red Pill Thanos in the building. Patreon gang in the building. I see y'all. I see y'all. Hold on. Let me call out some of these cities real quick, and then we gonna get active. I gotta show respect to where y'all from. You understand me? I gotta show respect to where y'all. Okay, Philly in the building. I love Philly. I love Philly. I lived 30 minutes outside of Philly for 3.5 years. I was in Wilmington, Delaware. Connecticut in the building. Detroit in the building. Chi-Town in the building. Okay, New England in the building. Diego, what's good, bro? I haven't seen you in a minute, man. Shout out to Nicholas Huntsville. Okay, Oklahoma, VA, NY to VA. Red Pill Thanos got listen, man, he got the ill New York accent. He not giving that shit up at nowhere. Because Virginia's technically the South. There's no Southern twang in that young brother's cadence. You understand what I'm saying? Lithuania. I thought it was Lithuania. I thought we had international in here real quick. Shout out to Ace Lasers. Tennessee in the building. Edmonton, I see you. That's right above Detroit, I believe, right? Let me see. What we got? Nigeria in the building. Oh, Roman, I know you was in Nigeria. Shout out, my G. UK in the building. Orlando in the building. NYC in the building. I see you. Sacktown in the building. Orlando, stand up. Cincy in the building. Texas, I see you. Hold on, where we at? Oh, the Netherlands. I think I was in that city. I got an incredible story to tell about my time in the Netherlands. Some other time outside of here. We got business to attend to. You understand what I'm saying? Hold up. Where else we at? Where else we at? Philly again. West Point, Mississippi. Chi-Town again. Zimbabwe. I see international. It's crazy we hitting the international. New York, Houston, Toledo, I see you. They got that glass museum up there, right? Right? Toronto, one of my favorite international cities. I love Toronto. What up, BX? I see you. What up, BX? I see you. Jersey in the building. Much love from DC. I love DC. Every time I'm in DC, it feels like home away from home. You understand what I'm saying? Chocolate City in the building. Chi-Town in the building. Chi in the building. Cali, I see you. H-Town in the building. I love Houston. One of my best friends lived on, he worked at the Chevron down there, and he lived on Fanning Street. And he lived on one of the high rises on Fanning Street. And, oh man, I love Houston. Trinidad and Tobago, I see you. Senegal, I see you. Oh, we international in here. You understand me? New York, Cali. All right. Listen, I can't go through everybody. But shout out to everybody. Okay, Portmore, Jamaica. There it is. Now y'all want to call it out, huh? Now y'all want to call it out, huh? Listen, Patreon is like a subscription service where you can get where your help towards me, your support towards me, you can get access to extra content. You can get access to the inner circle in the community to be able to have conversations with us outside of the YouTube channel. But what we focus on is talking about, like, how do we develop ourselves into being the best that we possibly and potentially can be. Full transparency, there's about 92 to 95% men up there, and then the rest are women. There's like 4 or 5 women that are like active within my Discord server. But my Discord server is connected to the Patreon. You understand what I'm saying? But we focus on conversations that draw out how we can increase our value, how we can increase our knowledge, how we can increase what we know to make sure that we're living the most happy and joyous life that we absolutely can. Okay, we focus in on financial health, wellness, literacy, all of these different topics, the things that I know, and I try to transmute it to the inner circle, okay? So Sabrina, that's from me to you, all right? Guys, let's get into the conversation. I want to draw this too far out. I see some other super chats. Shout out to Fierce Soul 85. Shout out to you, bro. Know you do. From Newark, New Jersey in the building. Shout out, my G. Shout out to Unique 79 from London, baby. MTR or sleep? Is that a trick question? Unique 79. Salute, my G. Salute, family. Salute. I appreciate it. All right, let's get into the content. Guys, you can already see the title of the video. You can see where this needs to go. And I think that it's an important conversation to have. I think that there's been a lot of things that have transpired in this story. I want to get into the history of it, but I want to give you some content before this history that I'm about to go into. Okay, let me bring out some stuff real quick because I want to be able to bring this stuff up real quick. All right. I want to be able to bring this stuff up because I think that it's very important. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a quick second. Let me see this. I wanted to go over this real quick. This is a recent story that hit the news that I was thinking about posting on a community chat, and then I was just like, you know what, I could just incorporate it into the story. I wanted to hit on this real quick first before we get to the Tory situation. Dr. Dre wins legal battle. All right, let's have a round of applause. All right, let's have a round of applause for the OG. Dr. Dre wins legal battle. Won't have to pay $6.5 million for her lawyers and living expenses. Shout out to True the Soldier. I see you. Welcome back, MTR. Enjoying my B-Day. Shout out to True the Soldier. Patreon gang in the building. I meant to shout you out, my G. I meant to shout you out. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. I'll definitely catch the playbacks. Bro, get out of here. Go celebrate your birthday. You'll catch the playback. If I don't leave this live, you're already part of the Patreon gang, so you'll be able to see it no matter what. You understand what I'm saying? But real quick, respect to Dr. Dre. He wins the legal battle, okay? He wins the legal battle, won't have to pay the $6.5 million. Here's what I heard. I wanted to share this as well. Here's what I heard. I heard she came into the she came into the proceedings and presented this photo right here. She came into the proceedings. She came into the proceedings and presented this photo right here. This photo right here. She said, I was in the studio. Yes, I was with Dre shooting in the gym. This is what I heard. A birdie told me this. A birdie told me this. Okay? A little birdie told me this, that she presented this photo. Allegedly, okay? And said, this is why I am entitled. This is why I am entitled. Hold on, I'm thirsty. Y'all better not be playing with me. Y'all better be down here with y'all red cups. Don't play with me. All right? Happy Friday. All right? Happy Friday. Y'all better be down here. Don't stop playing with me. All right? I said, I heard this is the photo that she came in with, okay? To prove no shit, Hex. This is not real, guys. This is terrible Photoshop. Jesus Christ. And I only said that because I'm seeing comments in here that are just like, what is this? What is this? This is okay, guys. It's a joke. All right, it's a joke. All right. Let me get this off the screen. All right, before I get canceled. All right. But if you guys were to remember, all right, this is how ridiculous this story was. Okay. This is how ridiculous this story was. Do you guys remember this? This is the post that I put on my community chat post. I did a video about it. Nicole Young wanted $2 million to cover her expenses. Here's the breakdown: $10,000 a month for laundry and cleaning. Okay, listen. If I'm getting $10,000 a month, you know what that means? That means I'm walking, okay, in my house. I don't need toilets because I can just poop down my leg and someone's gonna clean up after me. That's what $10,000 a month can buy you. Okay, that's what that means. All right. Clothes, $135,000 a month. You're a ridiculous lady. Okay. Education, $60,000 a month. What? What I said in a video that I did about this, I was like, listen, that's paying a team of professors to come in and to teach you explicitly. Okay? What are you learning when you got a dude that you married who's a billionaire? What do you gotta learn? You're done learning. Okay? Entertainment, almost $1 million a month. Shut up. I don't even want to go into that one. It's so ridiculous. Okay? Charitable contributions, $125 a month. What say so you want to take my money so you can donate to something? Oh, okay, nice. Mortgage, which is one of the lowest things on here, where she's living at, $100,000 a month. Crazy. So you want to give more away in charitable donations than in my mortgage place that I'm living. Oh, okay, makes sense. Telephone, cell phone, and email, $20,000 a month. Whoa! Wow. Okay. Wow. Do you have a small call center that you're funding? Because that can't just be for you. Okay? That can't just be for you. Do you got 7G? Is that what the $20,000 a month is? You got 7G? Not even 6G? You got 7G? You got that alien Wi-Fi? What are you using this for? You're crazy. Okay? You're insane. You're insane. You understand what I'm saying? Guys, I want to hit on that real quick. I wanted to hear that real quick, but at the end of the day, let me get this off the screen real quick. All right? Let me get that off the screen. And let me get back down into it. All right? Let me get back down into it. At the end of the day, let me pop this up. Let me pop this up. At the end of the day, all right? He won. All right? You know what I'm saying? And it could just be the first of many wins or losses. I don't know. I didn't research it to the extent that I probably should have to be able to talk about it. I'll be honest with you guys. It's been a busy week. But he won't have to pay the $6.5 million for the lawyers and living expenses. So I don't know if that means he don't have to pay 6.5, but he has to pay some other types of restitution. I don't know. I don't know. But this appears to be a win at its current junction. So shout out to Dr. Dre. Keep fighting the fight and keep doing it in a way that allows you to win. Meaning doing it in a way that's chess, not checkers. Meaning that you're doing it in a way where you were strategizing your moves on the board of life so you don't F your ish up. Guys, I have videos coming out later this week that actually walks through men dealing with very precarious situations that normally the perception on the man is incredibly negative, but it's showing you step by step what these men are doing in order to increase the likelihood that they come out on top in that situation, narrated by your boy. You understand what I'm saying? If you do not have the notifications hit, what is your problem? What's wrong with you? Hit the notifications on the channel. You understand what I'm saying? On to the next story. What time are we at right now? 30-something minutes in. Let me get this off the screen. Guys, let's transition to the main topic here today, the main point of the reason why you have joined me here today, okay? You see the title of the video, all right? You see the title of the video, Believe All Men, hashtag Believe All Men. Why are men guilty until proven innocent? Okay? We have to talk about this. Number one, what's the reason why I named it Believe All Men? Okay? What's the reason? Because I wanted you to read that and say to yourself how ridiculous that sounds. That's the reason why I first wanted to name it that. Okay. There's been a hashtag that's opposite of this, believe all women, that I look at with my mind and I say to myself, that is ridiculous. It's a ridiculous hashtag to just assume that truthfulness is froth. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And I wanted to show this hashtag believe all men so you can see it on the flip side, so you can understand within your mind the pathology of ridiculousness. You understand what I'm saying? But I followed it up with asking a key question that I want to be able to ask to you right now, and I'm going to bring it back because I think that we have to go through a current state analysis of where we are at in the information right now. Why are men in the court of public perception guilty until proven innocent? All right? Because under our law, we're supposed to be innocent until you prove guilty. But in the court of public perception, especially when it's a man, guilty until proven innocent. So let's go through. I want to ask you that question at the top of the hour, and then I want to get into it in a little bit. But here's where I wanted to start off. I think I need to go through a current state analysis and assessment of where we are today, knowing the information that we know right now. And the reason why I want to talk through this is so you can understand from my perspective. Because listen, at the end of the day, we're all seeing different news sources, different articles, different opinions, different perceptions, right? From all these different information. So I want to let you know what I know so far, where we are at right now, to inform you where I'm trying to go with this. Because maybe you know some shit that I don't. That's quite possible. Okay? But before we get started, here's where I wanted to start. And let me also preface this and let me also say this. This is a very touchy subject for a very good reason, because it involves domestic violence. And it should be touchy. Okay? But as you guys already know on this channel, what we do is that we assess from a critical lens, as objective as what we can, as unbiased as what we can. Now, at the same time, I'm a dude, so I'm a little bit biased, and I'm forthright in saying that. I'm forthright in saying that. I am a little bit biased, okay? I am. I'm trying to get as far in the center as I possibly can. You guys can already see that from the way that I create and produce and deliver content. At the end of the day, I think both parties involved have a degree of accountability, usually. You understand what I'm saying? With that being said, this is a very touchy subject because it has to deal with domestic violence and it has to do with accusations. So we should take accusations very seriously. We should take them very seriously. You understand what I'm saying? We should take them very seriously. But before we get started, I want to hear some words from Tori. Okay? Let's hear some words. You guys ready?
My peers, they get offended. I love you, but I meant it. Once upon a time, we had...
Die for your soul before they kill you for clout. Hold on. I'm thirsty. I want to be able to play that. Do you guys know where that's from? You guys know where that's from? Tori came out with an album that you guys already know about. I was being facetious in order to be able to set that up. Tori came out with an album giving his side of the story. Okay. I wanted to be able to play that. I don't want to play the whole album. I listened to the whole album. I don't know how many of y'all listened to the whole album, but we have to be able to talk about it. All right. But I wanted to open up with those words from Tori because I did a video not too long ago that was Megan going over the situation. Now, I know that Tori, as he talks about things on his album, he's not dressing certain things with saying, I didn't. But let's face it, throughout the album, here's my conclusion. Throughout the album, he's denying he did it. Okay? So we have to be able to hit on this subject, but let's give a current state analysis of how we got here today. Okay? How we got here today. Guys, I did a original reaction. Let me throw this up on the screen real quick. We guys already know the beginning of the story. We saw the videos. A few weeks after those videos, guys, also too, hit on the goddamn like button. Don't play with me, all right? Hit on the like button. We got over 500 people that's down into the building. We got 200 and something likes. Stop playing with me. Hit on that goddamn like button, all right? Ear hustlers, hit on that like button. That's the least you can do, all right? Hit on the like button. Likes are free, all right? Likes are free. Hit on the like button. We should be at least 350 likes. Come on. Afi Kingdom in the building. Afi Kingdom in the building. Another content creator. Guys, if you don't know about Afi Kingdom, there's something wrong with y'all. There's something wrong with y'all. All right? Go over, click on Afi's channel, click subscribe, come back. Simple. Simple. Okay? Guys, hit on the like button. We should be over 350 likes. Way over 350 likes. Hit on the like button for me. And we're going to continue this. Shout out, Afi. I see you, my G. Let's get them likes. Come on. Come on. I see it going up. Hit on the goddamn like button. All right, ear hustlers. Hit on the like button for me. Would appreciate it. All right. All right, I see it going up. Anyway, let's get back in there. I appreciate it. All right, let's get back in there. Anyway, so I did this video. When is this video dated? Hold on, let me see. This video is dated August. This video is dated August 23rd. I like my own video, guys. You gotta like your own shit at the end of the day. All right, you gotta like your own shit at the end of the day. You understand what I'm saying? This is one of my most disliked videos in the past year. I think I had like an 89% like to dislike ratio. What I was attempting to do in this video is, this was the first-hand account after the accusation, and all I was just trying to do was to hear her side of the story. Now that this was a 20-minute video. I went through the video, and there was a couple of things that I called out within the video that struck me as odd. There was a couple of things that struck me as immediately odd. One of the first things is that she got shot in the foot and she was standing. And according to her, it was multiple times that she got shot. 2 shots in the foot. And when there's video of you still standing, that was the first thing that I was just like, I don't get that, you know? I step on a Lego block and my body convulses. You understand what I'm saying? I step on a Lego block and my body convulses. But you got shot multiple times in the foot, but there's video of you walking around. Yeah, there's blood coming from your foot. But, so guys, I'll let you guys know this. I've had glass cut my foot before. And it bled like how I saw it bleed from that video of her, from the helicopter. It bled very similar to that, okay? It bled very similar to that. So my spidey senses were tingling off of that, okay, in both feet. But she was still standing and jittering around. That's when I say, and guys, listen, also too, if you're going to come into this conversation, I'm sure I already have dislikes on this video. If you want to come into this conversation, do so with an open mind, because at the end of the day, I cannot continue to respect intellectually dishonest people. People that just want to do nothing but come to a channel to have their biases confirmed. That's not what we are here, and that's not what we are doing here. That's never been what this channel is about. I'm gonna give you my perspective. You guys are more than welcome to challenge me on my perspective, and I address a lot of y'all perspective, a lot of what y'all say. I address a lot of what y'all say. All we do is we critically think about the information given to us. Because if not, you're a goddamn lemming. And I don't respect lemmings. Lemmings are the reason why the Electoral College exists. I'm going to keep it funky real quick. Hold up. Full screen real quick. Lemmings, followers, people who just dive into their feelings is the reason why the Electoral College exists. That's the reason. That's the reason. Because you're incapable of choosing correctly on your own. Let's keep it a buck. We're not going to get into politics today, but let's keep it a buck. Uh-oh. Hold up. Hold up. Your favorite YouTubers in the building. O'Shea, what's good, my G? What's good, my G? Guys, listen. Go subscribe to Afi King. Hopefully everyone's come back since subscribing to Afi Kingdom. Next, here's your next task. Go over to O'Shea's channel. O'Shea, have you hit 100K yet? I want to get O'Shea to 100K if I goddamn can tonight. Go over to O'Shea Duke Jackson's channel. Subscribe to him. Trust me, fantastic content. And then come back. And then come back. Shout out to O'Shea. I see you, my G. Thank you so much for the Ugandan bucks, for the 15,000 Ugandan bucks. I appreciate that, my G. Legend in the building. All right, hopefully people will come back after they go and subscribe to O'Shea. Go over this channel and go subscribe. Seriously, go subscribe. Fantastic content over there. Boy, brother keeps me laughing. It keeps me laughing. All right, guys, let's get back into the content. Okay. Here's another thing that I called out during that conversation that was just like, it doesn't make sense to me, is that she claimed that she got out of the car, started walking away, and then she got shot. There's two things in there. First of all, if you're walking away, how do you know who shot you? That's the first thing. The second thing is that the helicopter surveillance showed her in the car. If my attempted murderer was in the car, guess where I would not be? Guess where I would not be? Shout out to Ebard Thwain. I just saw your $4 super chat, my G. Thank you. Or was that from earlier? Guess where I would not be? So it raised red flags in my mind. So all I did was just go through the video, this video right here, and I was critically assessing the things that I was hearing. Why is it that so many are so scared to assess the shit that we see and attack it the way that we see it in the form of our own opinions, not someone else's opinion? Not someone else's opinion that has an agenda, our own opinion.
So, wait, hold up. Is that a Dragon Ball Z hoodie?
Oh yeah.
Let's just keep going. Let's see what she has to say. I think it's confusing that.
Okay.
You really fucking dragging it.
I thought he's not on the. I thought he wasn't talking.
Motherfuckers talking about I hit this nigga. I never hit you.
Okay.
Motherfuckers was like, oh, she mad because he was trying to fuck with Kylie. No, I wasn't. Like
that matters.
You drop.
Anyway, all I was doing was forming an opinion. What has happened since then? Let me get this off the screen. No information or no news had happened until this. Until this. This was a report from TMZ. Tory Lanez text to Megan after alleged shooting. This is on my channel. This is on my community chat post. Guys, listen. If you guys are not checking my community chat post, you're missing out on half of the channel. All right? I get it popping from a video and content creator's perspective, but also my community chat post. We have discussions. You understand what I'm saying? Discussions. Yeah. Anyway, let's get back in it. I just got too drunk. This was on 9/9, so this is about a week and a half later. All right. Tory Lanez allegedly opened fire on Megan Thee Stallion because he was wasted That's what he claimed in a text sent to her shortly after the bloody incident. As she was still in the hospital bed, TMZ has seen the text Megan got on the evening of July 12th, roughly 15 hours after she claims Tory shot her in the feet. In it, he's begging for forgiveness. He wrote, "I know you probably never going to talk to me again, but I genuinely want you to know I'm sorry from the bottom of my heart." Now listen, here's where it gets interesting for me. I read this and my level of believability for Tory diminished. All right. Why? Because although I used to make fun of TMZ, TMZ has proven themselves over a number of years that they are a credible tabloid. It just is what it is. They call out a lot of shit first, way before a lot of these news organizations. So in my mind, when I saw this, I read this, and I said to myself, sorry, let me put this on Do Not Disturb real quick. I just saw a Patreon sign up. Appreciate that, my G. Appreciate that, whoever just signed up. But here's the thing. I saw it, and even in my mind, I said to myself, okay, Tory, your level of believability has tremendously decreased. But here's what I noticed after I posted this, and I never said anything about it, is I said to myself, what he's doing is apologizing, but he's not apologizing for shooting. So this, to me, does not prove beyond a reasonability of doubt that there was a shooting by him that had taken place. There was an apology, but it didn't point directly towards a shooting. That's my perspective. That's the first time that I'm saying that on this channel, because I didn't even write it in the comments on this, okay? Now, what happened after this? Because I thought that the story was over. And by the way, one thing that I said on the video originally is I said, listen, at the end of the day, this is going to be a he said, she said, and then also there's going to be the truth. And I said, there needs to be a judge, there needs to be a jury of their peers to judge, look at the evidence, determine what happened, and convict on reasonableness. Okay? On reasonableness. That's what I said. All right? So what has happened since this? Hold on, I see some super chats coming in. Hold on, let me go back up to the top. Maybe I should open up the phone lines because. Oh, Anthony Spade in the building. Shut up, my G. Okay, this is the third time I'm gonna do this, guys. If you don't know about Anthony Spade, go over to his channel, click the subscribe button, all right, and then come back over here. Another fantastic content creator. Another fantastic content creator. All right? Fantastic content creator. Shout out to Anthony. Appreciate the $20 super chat. I see you putting in that work. Stay grinding. You already know, bro, but I see you putting in that work just as much. You already know with the hustle that we try to do in order to inform from our perspective. Because here's the thing. There's a lot of, I was going to get into it later, but I'll touch on it a bit right now. There's so many different outlets from a media perspective that is created by women for women. And there's a lot of men that are consuming this content. Unbeknownst to them, it's shaping how they think about things. That's why this space is so critical. That's why this space is so important. Because we have to talk about it from our lens. Us creating for us. Shout out to Anthony Spade. Appreciate the $20 super chat. Shout out to Jack Daniels. It's all good till it turns all bad. Damn, I hate to take a loss. And it's a pack. Nas. Oh, we spitting bars in the building. We spitting bars in the building. Hold up. Do I see any more? Hold up. Shout out to Boogie Talks. Patreon gang in the building. Patreon gang in the building. Shout out to Boogie. Shout out to Boogie. Another content creator. Up and coming. Shout out to Boogie. Shout out to Spider Weaver. $20 super chat. I also think Rock Nation could be behind. He is lying as well. She is signed to them. Okay, they have funds, credibility to cover her, and Tory is an independent artist now, so Tory is free game right now. We're gonna talk about that as well, because I want to get into how reasonable each of the arguments were. Okay, I'm gonna get into that as well. All right. Shout out to Layla A for the Canuck Bucks, the $7 super sticker. Shout out to Layla. I appreciate that, mama. All right. All right, guys, let's get back into it. Hold up. Shout out to Isa and Sama. It's a shame that men are always guilty until proven. Johnny Depp's life. Dog, I was getting into that as well. I was going to get into that as well because of feminism, and she's walking around jail free. I was going to get into that as well. All right, that was a brief super chat intermission. Let's get back into the content. Hold on, just give me a quick second. Okay. Anyway, so where did the conversation go from here? So it went from here. There was a lot of silence from both parties. What happened after this? All right. What happened after this? One of the next things that happened after this, Tory dropped an album denying the allegations. Okay? No, matter of fact, let's not even go over there. Before that happened, came the haters, came the shamers, came those looking for clout. Shout out to Rick Ross. Shout out to Cash Doll is her name? Cashapp. I've never actually heard of her. I only know of her from Tory Lanez, from the album that he came out with. Shout out to who's someone else that he called out. I don't even remember. Just put it down into the chat. They all came through the work. Chance the Rapper. They all came through. And here's the thing is, in the reason for this cast, the reason for the stream, at the point of being accused, you were determined to be guilty. Let me tell you guys real quick about two quick conversations. Not quick, but let me tell you about two conversations that I had in my personal life. All right? Let me tell you about two conversations that happened in my personal life that I wanted to be able to bring up before we go into Tory's response. All right? I had two conversations. I had more than two conversations, but two that I'm going to tell to y'all tonight. One was with a female. One was with a male. Okay? Two conversations. I had a conversation with a female compadre. Her response to me regarding the situation after Tory Lanez dropped the album was, the album is fire, but he's still a piece of shit. The album is fire, but he's still a rotten piece of shit. Here's what I said to her. I said, you have Megan that's accusing. You have Tory that's denying. How do you know he's a rotten piece of shit? What she then began to communicate was a line of fallacious statements, pure fallacy, pure illogic conclusions, drawing illogical conclusions. But listen, at the end of the day, her mind is consumed with Shade Room. Her mind is not consumed with, but here's where she gets her media from: Shade Room, Gossip, BET, MTV, all of these different content providers that dedicate their information for a woman, for a female audience. That's how she consumes her entertainment. So she's not consuming any contrarian points at all. So listen, at the end of the day, she was probably the first conversation that I had that had a difference of opinion. Okay? But to me, it was extremely expected. It was extremely expected. So I'm just engaging in a conversation specific to what had happened. And I'm doing it with someone who would typically take that stance, knowing the media that she consumes and the BS that she has bought into that makes her feel good about herself. I mean, let's call it a spade, okay? But I expected that conversation, all right? Oh, I see some other super chats that's coming in. Shout out to AJ Taylor. You know what's sad when we live in a society that condemns a man for defending his name against allegations, but also see other men shame him. My G, that's where I'm about to go, because I got another story. But thank you so much for that super chat. Let me throw it up on the screen real quick. Shout out to Red Sings the Blues. I see you, my G. Let me throw that up real quick. I appreciate the $5 super chat. Oh, shout out to Boogie Talks. It's going to take a lot of evidence to convince me that Tory pulled the gun, cocked it, and pulled the trigger with intent to harm. Shout out to Boogie Talks. I appreciate that. Because I got a second story. Okay. At the end of the day... Oh, wait. Did I miss one? Oh! Shout out to Achilles' last stand. We got the Ice Cold Brothers in the building. Shout out for the $50 super chat. Shout out, my G. Keep the content ice cold. Oh, we going to keep it ice cold up in here. I guarantee you. I appreciate the support, my G. Thank you. Anyway, what I was saying before is that it was expected. I was just having a conversation with somebody just to give a contrarian view based off of my story, based off of the things that I saw within that. Here's what bothered me. Here was the second conversation that I had that I wanted to bring to you guys here today. I had a conversation with a male compadre. I said, bro, did you hear the story? Did you hear the album? What are your thoughts? He said to me, I would never, ever, ever listen to that album. I will never listen to him defend himself. I will never listen to his account. What? Excuse me? You won't listen to the man who was involved in the situation give an account or give his testimony to give his truths of how true or untrue that this situation was. And you're a man? I said, here's the first thing that I asked because I had to find out more before I dug in. I said, bro, listen. And here's what he also said. He's a good friend of mine. He's also a really busy dude. I said, bro, let me ask you a question. What are the sources of media that you consumed in order to read up on the story? What I named earlier, Shade Room, Gossip, okay, BET, all of these news sources that don't give things from an ulterior perspective. Oh. Here's the thing. We have been indoctrinated as dudes, as men, to even think that we are lying, to even assume that we are not telling the truth. Earlier this week, 2 weeks ago maybe, what video did I upload? All right? The one where I was in the mall and I witnessed domestic violence. Not from the man, but from the woman. What's the one thing that I said in there that pertains to this conversation? What I said is that when they got outside of line of sight in plain view and I turned around and I looked at them, what flashed in even in my mind was that it looked like the man was the aggressor. Even in my mind, we are conditioned to be able to do that. So that's the problem that I have with this. We have so many influences unbeknownst to us that even has us treating us like cannon fodder. And I have a problem with that. Because this double standard shit needs to be talked about. Because it doesn't get the clicks that it needs. It doesn't get the support that it needs. And I have a problem with that. Here was my next question to him. I said, listen, you're not going to give him the benefit of the doubt in order to hear his side of the story? Let me ask you a real question, my G. Have you ever been accused of anything that you did not do? No. Oh. So you haven't been accused. Okay. Got it. So it hasn't hit you. That makes a lot more sense now. Let me ask you a question. What if it was your nephew that got accused of something? And he's telling you that he didn't do it? What if it was your son? What if it was your brother that got accused of something? And he's telling you that he didn't do it? Would you refuse to hear his side of the story? Stutters. Because here's the thing. Here's the reason that I took so much offense to the way that the story played out into the media, and then the way that I was hearing men. Women, listen, at the end of the day, the battle of the sexes, Venus versus Mars, we're going to always continue. This is the reason why relationship-focused content has been popping for over 100 years. I mean, think about it. It was dating shows back when TV was just beginning to be TV. And we on YouTube and we talking about genders and the way that we think differently. There will always be a divide because our minds, the chemicals in our brains are just goddamn different. But when I see men that self-select into not hearing his side of the story, irrespective of what they are accused of, that's when I have a problem with it. That's when I have a problem with it. Okay? You want to blackball him, you want to cancel him when he hasn't even told his side of the story because we're just going to assume at the point of accusation he's guilty? Exhibit A. Where'd it go? Hold on. Let me bring it up real quick. I lost it real quick. Hold on. Give me a quick second. Trying to get a hold on. I'm getting some dirty ads on these websites. Hold on. Here it goes. I got it. Thanks for your patience. All right. Hold up. Quick pause. Oh, we active here tonight. We're over an hour. We're over on time. Guys, Patreon gang. Guys, if you guys can leave a link down to the Patreon down into the box. We're going to go on a Patreon to get active tonight. Hold on. Patreon.com/MTandR. Listen, if you guys want to be involved in the inner circle, if you want to get outside of this YouTube shit and you want to be able to communicate in a way to grow the way that you think about things. Now, I will, as I said earlier in the cast, it's like 90-something% dudes. We got a couple ladies down in there too. We have video chat access. But what happens on there, it's not just me just talking to everybody. We equalize it. Everyone has a voice. Everyone has an opinion, okay? That's the link down to the Patreon. Let's drop that down in the description box down below. I mean, in the comment box. Shout out to Red Pill Thanos in the building. Appreciate the super chat, my G. He's part of the Patreon gang. Shout out to Raph with an F. At one point, I remember someone saying Tory is misogynistic and homophobic. Sounds selective considering hip-hop has been promoting that, but... Facts! How dare the Bun B's come at him? And what he said in the tape. I mean, not Bun B's. Who came at him? And he was saying like pouring liquor and flicking tongues. I mean, what he was trying to say is what respect to women, right? Like now are you just feeding off of this in order to paint a picture in a way to gain fans? Is that what you're doing? Pimp C is deceased. Was it Bun B? I get confused. Shout out to Raph. I appreciate the $5 super chat. Shout out to Layla. Thank you so much for the 21 Canuck bucks. The double standards is real. Sorry for my fellow women giving you guys a hard time. Here's some to cheer you up. Shout out Layla. I appreciate the 21 Canuck bucks. I appreciate that. I appreciate that donation. Thank you. Here's the thing, because I got videos on my channel of motherfuckers convincing me of some shit that I did not do. Okay. And it was Bun B. Okay, thanks, guys. Thanks. Shout out to Mark B in the building. Keep shining a light on these issues that are so prevalent when it comes to the things men have to deal with. Keep up the good work, my G. Mark B, as always, I appreciate your support. I appreciate your support. I appreciate your support. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, my G. Because we got to be able to talk about it. Because far too often, our perspective is not heard. Because it has happened to me prior to having a platform. Guys, you trust, know, love, and understand. If I had a platform at the time that the shit happened to me, I would be all out here with it. The shit happened to me. The shit happened to me. Here's the thing. Yeah, we hitting that after party after. Okay, we're gonna hit that. We're gonna hit the after party. Let me get this off the screen. Y'all remember this shit? Y'all know who that is? Johnny Depp, Pirates of the Caribbean. Y'all know that movie. Everybody done seen that damn movie. Okay? His wife, Amber Heard, accused him of assault. Accused him of assault. This man was blackballed from Hollywood. His story was untold. His story was unheard. Until it came out later that she made it up. How? Why? Because he recorded some shit. Johnny Depp, Pirates of the goddamn Caribbean. So listen, here's the thing. I'm bringing this ish up because I cannot continue to act like this doesn't happen. We can't just act like #believe everybody, not men or women. That's what I'm saying. You cannot just believe on that shit. But here's the thing. That the media, unbeknownst to even a lot of y'all dudes, they make y'all think a type of way in the way that they structure the words when they deliver you the content. It is not, these organizations are not news. They're entertainment organizations. They're entertainment organizations. They have no obligations to get the facts right. They entertain you. They have no obligation. These tabloid shits, no obligation. Okay? Shit, me? I'm entertainment. I have no obligation. I could be completely lying to y'all, but I tell y'all at the end of the day, don't just look at my content. Don't just look at my channel. Listen, you guys had 3 men that came through on this channel. Afi Kingdom, Anthony Spade, O'Shea Duke Jackson, that have 3 different perspectives than mine. Consume the content. Form your own opinion. Don't just get the report from these entertainment websites and just believe to believe. That's what my male friend did. He just believed to believe to the point of being unwilling to hear the music. It's ridiculous to me. It's ridiculous to me. And I'm not going to debate the whole, why did he do an album? Listen, she did a live stream. I'm like, she did a live stream at the end of the day. All right? She did a live stream. He chose to do his in a pre-recorded format, and he's making a little bit of coin off of that. I even said in the Megan Thee Stallion video, I said, I'm surprised she didn't do some music off of that. I said that during the video. All right? She did a live stream. One that conflicted a lot in the live stream. Videos is all in my catalog. But here's what I'm saying. Don't just consume my shit. But see, dudes are generally good at this shit. Dudes are generally good at understanding logic over emotion. The reason why I got so many dislikes on that last Megan Thee Stallion video is because people didn't even watch the video. They just saw the title and just went into the comments. I hate you. I had dudes in those comments. Yo, I like your video, bro. But you're a gay man simp mangina. that's what I was seeing. You guys don't see the comments like I said. Guys, hit on the like button, by the way. Hold on. Hit on the like button. We have 466 likes. We don't have enough likes for over 600 people that's now into the building right now. Hit on the like button. Would wholeheartedly appreciate that. And we're going to wrap this up. Hold up. I see some super chats coming through. Let me go back up to the top. Rick Ross lost a rebound. Yeah. Shane ain't know it. Facts. And now he's coming around the corner. Yo, homie. That was some bitch. In between two rosé bottles, advertising his shit. Tory called him out on it. Word, Ricky, you gonna do that now? Now, mind you, all of the pop. Now, listen, from a music perspective, I like Rick Ross. I like Rick Ross from a music perspective, but he's not as popping as what he was. I mean, think about it. All right, he's not as popping as what he was in the mid 2000s. Okay, he's not as popping. So now you're gonna do this ish when you talking about slipping a Molly and they drink before and defending it, never apologizing, just defending what he said as y'all are interpreting it differently than what I meant it. Now you want to hop on a bandwagon for the sake of gaining some lady subscribers? How dare you? Shout out to Raph with an F. Shout out to Tea Leaves down into the building. Patreon gang coming through thick. 2 C's. Appreciate that, my G. I see things like you, MTR. Thank you for the $20 super chat, by the way, my G. If you're using logic and not emotion, I could definitely see something wrong with her story. Not saying he didn't do anything wrong, but her story is super fishy. It is super fishy. And let me also just quickly say this. I don't know if I say this at the top of the cast. If he did it, throw him behind bars, deport him. That's a fact. But here's what I'm saying at the end of the day. I don't know. And hearing her, but see, I listen to both sides of the story. I listen to Tory. I listen to Megan. I saw all the shit in between. And I don't know. So I'm not gonna say one way or the other. And I don't know. And that's okay. It's okay not to know. It's okay to say, shit, we need more information. Yeah. You guys remember back in high school, you fill out the word choice problems, and it'd be like A, B, C, and then D was like, need more information. It's okay to select need more information and be okay with it. And not pick sides. It's okay. I need more information. I want to see a judge and a jury of their peers. I want to see the evidence. I want to see it thrown out. I want to, because there's got to be more camera angles. There's got to be more camera footage. I want to hear eyewitness testimony where they put their hand on the Bible and say whatever it is. I solemnly declare or swear, whatever the hell that they say, okay? That's what I want to hear. Shout out to Tea Leaves. I appreciate the $20 super chat. Uh-oh. Sponsor of today's show. Shout out to Breezy. In the building. Okay? Patreon gang in the building. I completely agree. We as men are always guilty until proven innocent. I almost lost my career and so much more due to being lied on, and it was proven a lie. I received no apology and had to fight to receive my promotion due to that lie. It destroys us. It destroys us. Look what happened to Tory. You got people trying to take him off different songs, trying to affect his paper, trying to cancel him. Without not even hearing his side of the story. Are you serious? Without even hearing his side of the story. For real? That's where we're at now. That's where we're at. At the point of accusation. Like, we're not gonna act like accusations don't happen. Gentlemen, protect yourself, protect yourself, protect yourself. You know how I protect myself? I have a call recorder on my phone. Every call that I get in, it's recorded. Every call that I get in, it's recorded. I got a top of the line phone right now, actually. I got the Galaxy Note 25G for all my tech nerds out there. I'm having a lot of fun with it, by the way. It's an incredible mic recorder on it. If some shit happens, boop, double tap the side, camera starts rolling. Camera starts rolling. Boop, like that, camera starts rolling. Put it down in my pocket, it can hear everything. It can hear everything. Double tap, boop, it can hear everything. You ain't even gotta show it, at least if you have the audio. Protect yourself, protect yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Now, again, at the end of the day, I don't know what happened. He could be guilty of sin. What I'm saying is that he's denying it. She's accusing. We need a court. We need a court. We need a court. Breezy, appreciate so much for the $100 super chat. It's happened to me as well, my G. It's happened to me and in a subset of my friends. Okay? You know why? Because there is no incentive to tell the truth. There's no incentive to tell the truth because at the end of the day, there's no repercussions. What I say in that video, that Albert and that Preach video, I said if the perpetrator is found to be lying, give them that charge that would have been mine. That's what I said, and I stick by that shit. I stick by that shit. Give them that same charge. All right? But if the dude is guilty, throw him under the jail. I'm a fan of law and order. I'm a fan. If used appropriately. Shout out to Breezy. I appreciate the $100 super chat. My G. Hold up. I saw some more coming down in up here. Hold on. Yo, this StreamYard chat, it's always so confusing. Hold on. Shout out to Black Scorpion 78. Heard the recording on another video. Amber Heard was assaulting Johnny Depp. Yeah. You can audibly hear her hitting him, beating him. Okay. But again, she wasn't incentivized to tell the truth. All right. This is similar to like that story. Let's take it out of gender for a quick second. This is similar to that story. What was that I think it was Central Park. It was a few months ago. It was prior to the coronavirus shit. And it was the dude in the park with the woman, the white woman, the black dude, a white woman. And she was in the park with a dog like unleashed or some shit like that. And then the dude was calling out, yo, like, what's up with this? And she began to try to call the cops on him. And what's the first thing that she said? There's a black man doing that. Oh, you know what you're doing. Don't play stupid. Don't play stupid. You know why you said a black man as you started out this ridiculous call. You know why you did that. You know why you do that because you already know the perception when you go into it. You already know the perception that they're going to have when they go into it. You know exactly why. That's my thing. She is not de-incentivized to not tell the truth on her Karen ass shit. It happens. Shout out to Black Scorpion. I appreciate that. Hold up. Shout out to Marcus Sneed. This is why I rarely watch TV. Erase Facebook. I don't watch TV either, bro. I don't watch TV either. Erase Facebook, Instagram, and soon Snapchat. All this misinformation and propaganda is crazy. Plus, I got my own issues, so keeping up with the Joneses is too tiring. Bump keeping up with the Joneses. Shout out for the $20 super chat as well, my G. Yeah, keeping up with the Joneses has never been part of my equation. Bump keeping up with the Joneses. You understand what I'm saying? And I feel you. Really, I'm not on social media if it doesn't have to do it with this platform. Okay. Shout out to my Instagram, by the way. I see you guys following. I'm almost up at 1,000 people on my Instagram. Okay. at Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews. There's a link down in the description if that is too long for you to spell. You understand what I'm saying? Go up there and follow your boy, okay? Yeah, I haven't watched TV. I haven't had cable since 2008. Yeah, 12 years. I haven't had cable since 2008. Yeah. Shout out to Marcus. I appreciate that. Uh-oh. Dr. BOA in the building. Shout out for the $50 super chat. My G is real out here for brothers. Don't get jammed up over the nappy wappy. Salute, homie. Peace, chat. This is the fourth content creator to come through. If you guys don't know of Dr. BOA, you are absolutely bugging. Go over there, click subscribe, and then come back. Go over there, click subscribe, and then come back. Fantastic content creator. Fantastic content creator. He's right. It's beyond real for us out here. All right? What are you doing to protect yourself? That's a real question. Because I know what I'm doing. All right? I know what I'm doing. Because at any given moment, some BS can happen. Dr. BOA, thank you so much for the donation, my G. I saw one more, and we're gonna get back in there. Shout out to R. Lamar. Got kicked off deployment because of this. United States Air Force. Cops determined nothing was done and nothing even happened to the accuser. Liar. 7 months of mental hell, and I'm not the same person. That will destroy you. That will destroy you, man. It will destroy you. At the point that you are accused, you are assumed guilty. It's ridiculous. On top of all of this, Tory became the poster child for why aren't women protected? Which was, I've done streams on that, which was, I just don't understand what that even means. I don't even understand what that even means. How dare you use a situation when a man hasn't even spoken yet as being a poster child without hearing his side of the story? If I had a case pending, I wouldn't be talking about it either. Okay? But he waited. Played a little bit of chess there. All right? He waited. But here's the thing. At the end of this, he could still be guilty. But it is what it is. It is what it is. But we got to talk about it. All right. Let's get back into the content. We took a long pause there. It's okay. All right, guys. So listen. I had the conversation with my homegirl. I expected what came out of her mouth. I had a conversation with my fella, and it repulsed me what came out of his mouth. It absolutely repulsed me what came out of his mouth. After I had a conversation with him regarding his perception of not wanting to even hear his side of the story, meaning the album, of at least him denying the allegations and the way that he was denying the allegations while offering, from his perspective, why the allegations were a little bit different than the way that media has led us to believe. He concluded that, and what he was saying was, well, I don't know, so I'm just not going to care about it. So I felt as though my job was done, is what I'm trying to tell you. But and listen, at the end of the day, he's so sunk down into this ideologies that have been put before him from dudes that have been accused of ish in the past, that he's just down there. So for me to bring him to a place of, you know what, I hear you, and at the end of the day, I don't know, so I'm not going to continue to dive into it, that's fine. But that's better than his preconceived notions of assuming guiltiness, which is going to not allow him or disallow him for hearing the other person's side of the coin. Sometimes you can only bring people but so far. And I mean, it is what it is. Okay? Shout out. Hold up, I see a super chat. Shout out to the One Drop. Truth is, men, society wants you weak, so females is promoted as a weapon against you. Men strive for rightness just because that is your purpose. Deuteronomy 30. Read it or weep. Shout out to Dr. BOA. Read it or weep. Shout out again to Dr. BOA. That's his exit of his videos. Okay? That's his exit of his videos. Shout out my G, the One Drop. I appreciate that. Here's the thing at the end of the day. it repulses me, dudes that assume this guilty until proven innocent without hearing the other side of the story. If it involves anybody, I don't care if it's man or woman. I don't care if it's man or woman, because it shows to me that you are a dude that either A, has no idea of the media that you consume, or B, lead your path in life using your emotions more than your logic. Why? Logic would tell you to hear both sides of the equation, both sides of the coin. That's what logic would tell you. Okay? That's what logic would tell you. Emotion tells you Salem witch trials. Okay? She's a witch. She's a witch. Burn her at the stake. Burn at the stake. Emotions, because I think I feel as though I saw you flying on a broom above the moon, so you are a witch. That's feelings. No data. No logic. No rationale. No analytical capabilities. Pure emotion. I expect better from y'all. I expect better from y'all. I do. At the end of the day. Also at the end of the day, shit, if he did it, throw him under the jail. That's some crazy shit. Okay? That's some crazy ish. Throw him under the jail. All right? Throw him under the jail. Shit, you shouldn't. Listen, and here's what I think is gonna happen. Here's what I think is gonna happen. I think it's gonna come out that he shot by accident. But here's the thing: if you shoot by accident, you may get jail time and deported. I'm a Second Amendment holder, an advocate. You respect your firearm. You respect the shit out your firearm. Accidental discharge? You gotta pay for that. Accidental discharge that hits a person, oh, you gotta pay for that. You gotta double pay for that. You understand what I'm saying? Ultimate respect for that firearm. You understand what I'm saying? Let me see. I saw another super chat, and we're gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna go down into the Discord, and we're gonna get it popping. Shout out to Emmanuel Neal. Is this really live? Yeah, Emmanuel, this is live as hell. If so, just know, number one, I need a dictionary watching your vids because your vocab on Shout out to Emmanuel. I appreciate that. And two, I'm working on my channel. My first vid is about how men do have it harder. Yeah, I think men have it harder from a life perspective, but we have it easier for a relationship perspective. Shout out to Emmanuel. You don't need no vocab. We all got our own styles, my G. You know what I'm saying? That's like the video that I did earlier this week where the young man was talking about that he's illiterate, so that's the reason why he hasn't done a YouTube channel. And what I told him in that time is like, listen, I can't tell your story as well as you can tell your story. And trust and believe that there's someone with your goddamn story that will relate to you. They won't relate to me as much, but they'll relate to you. You have the opportunity to change their life because you may have come from something similar to what they have. So don't let no arbitrary shit like being able to read and write stop you from orating or communicating to people. You understand what I'm saying? I'm looking at the dictionary comment. It's funny. Shout out to Emmanuel. I appreciate that, my G. All right. I appreciate that. All right, guys. So listen. At the end of the day, I don't know what happened, but guess what? Neither do you. So you know what? You know how men are going to come across this? We're going to wait to the details. We're going to wait to the evidence. We're going to wait. Was he charged? Yeah, I think he was charged for something because he's out on bail. And also, too, I'm going to need Megan to file charges, right? Like, you can't just accuse on live and then not file charges after. File those charges, Megan. File the charges. File the charges. If it's true, file the charges. File. I'm in support. If it's real, file. Go. Do it. I'm in support. Because I want to see this shit in front of the court of law. And trust and believe, I'm pulling up all the court dockets. Oh shit, if they do it like OJ and they got video, oh, we going through it. We dissect it. Trust me, we're going to dissect it. You understand what I'm saying? He only got possession of a firearm. How about shooting somebody? He didn't get charged for that. Charge him. That's it. Charge him. If it's real, please charge him. I want you to charge him. If it's real, charge him. Charge him. All right? Because don't get it twisted, because still, this video right here is going to get a ton of dislikes from people that come and they look at the goddamn description. They look at the thumbnail, hit dislike, and get out of here because they don't want to hear anything else besides the echo chamber that they're in. That, to me, is weak people. You're the reason that the Electoral College exists because we can't trust you. We can't trust you to make good decisions. We can't trust you. I'm allergic to lazy and dumb people. And it's not dumb through education. It's dumb through an unwillingness to learn. You got the horse blinders on in the beginning of the race, and they got the carrot in front of you, and the carrot is a gossip, is a shade room, and all you're doing is just following whatever the hell that they say. You are the reason the Electoral College exists. We can't trust you. All right, guys, listen, I got to go back down into my Discord, my Patreon. Guys, feel free to join me on my Patreon. I don't know if anybody was putting my Patreon link. It's down in there. Hold on, I gotta put my Patreon link that's down up in there. Sheesh. Click on the goddamn link. Click on the goddamn link. Go over there. Let's continue to have a conversation. Wait, does that highlight as blue when I put that down up in there? Y'all was ready to crucify the boy without hearing his goddamn story. He's denying it at the end of the day. He's denying it. She's accusing. Put it in front of the court. And then let's have a conversation. Let's get all the evidence out. And then let's have a conversation. To all my Patreon gang, my Patreon gang, go up to the Discord. Let's have this conversation. Let's turn it up on there. If you guys are unfamiliar, if you want to continue to support the content that I put out, because listen, this shit is it should be. I've foregone a social life to be able to start from the grassroots for male empowerment. Okay? There's far too much of us that are struggling. There's far too much of us that do not have our voices heard. If you want to support that, feel free to go to the Patreon and pick a support tier. Okay? If you want me to continue to be able to do this, pick a support tier. A lot of my videos on YouTube get demonetized because of the content that I'm talking about. All right? Also on my YouTube, on my Patreon, if you want to go up and you want to have 24-hour access to me as well as the community, the 200 people in my community, where we talk about things. Let me bring up the Discord real quick. What are the type of things that we talk about real quick? Because I want to make sure that I'm not messing up on this. Where we have voice chats, where we have video chats. Okay. We have a channel. We have a co-ed channel. We have a men's channel. That's where the majority of the conversations actually happen, is in the men's channel. We have a female channel. The men's channel, there's only men in it. Female channel, there's only women in it. Hot topics. All right. This is your political shit. All right. Content created by us. If you're a content creator and you want to be able to share your content amongst the crew, we got a channel for you. The Red Pill stream. This is male only. There's a lot of shit that be happening in that channel as well. Videos to watch. These are videos across the internet that we share to each other. Memes, educational, everything. Fitness. We have a fitness channel. This is where we share our gains. This is where we talk about what our fitness plans are, how we're improving our bodies, how we're making sure that our bodies don't atrophy. All right? We got a Bag Talk channel where we talk about financial literacy, financial education. We have videos that I have bots that put into this channel from my favorite financial content creators in order to improve how we think about our finances. We have a Second Amendment rights channel. All right? Where we talk about gun ownership. Where we have videos linked down in of actual firearms things, altercations, security cam footage. Then we talk about it. We have a technology channel. We have a memes channel. We have a gaming channel. All right. In there earlier, we was talking about some shit earlier. What games are we looking forward to in 2021? All right. After the PS5 and the Series X drop. We was talking about that earlier. We got an anime channel. We got a sports channel. We got a photography channel. We got a music channel. All right. We have a book recommendations channel. We have a relationships advice channel. These are the things that we talk about. We're having the conversations up there. We're growing. Oh, and also, too, we got some fantastic things that I'm building on the back end. All right? More to be discussed at a later time, but trust, know, love, believe, and understand that we're going to take this to limits that haven't been done in this space before. Because I'm committed. I'm dedicated. I'm dedicated. Guys, feel free to go back on a Patreon. See from a content perspective what's popping up there. You guys already know my thoughts and my feelings regarding this situation. Men are guilty until proven innocent in the court of public opinion. My audio is not low. Your speaker volume is low. All right, brother? Turn it up. Oh, shit, I'm way back in the chat. Oh, no, I'm not. All right, guys. We building over here. Yeah, brother. We building over here. We building from the ground up. No holds barred. Feel free to join us for the after party, because that's where we're going to go in at. You understand what I'm saying? That's where we're going to go in at. Ladies, you guys are feel free. You guys can join too. There's always ladies down into the after party. Guys, the links are in the goddamn description. I also see a couple of people in here that's, shout out to the introspective male. I see you throwing it. I think I saw Breezy in here throwing it up as well. There we go. That's the links. Go up there and see all of the packages. I also have packages where you can have one-on-one conversations with me. There's also extra content on the Patreon that's not on my channel. You also get early videos. You guys often come onto the channels and you're like, yo, why is this video posted like a month ago? Well, it's been on the Patreon for a month. That's why. Patreon has had access to it for a month, and you're just now seeing it a month later. All right? We're building over here. We got to do it from the ground up. We appreciate your support. Guys, I'm going on to Patreon. We got to make this what they thought that they could not make this. So we got to do it with critical thinking. We're not going to do it with bashing. We're not going to do it with complaining. We're going to do it with critical thinking, and we're going to do it with accountability. And we're going to do it with integrity. Okay? Because at the end of the day, you can't say shit about any of that shit. And if you come up against that shit, then let's have a debate. Let's throw our ideas up into a pot and let's see whose makes the most sense. Let's talk about it. Because if not, I want to hear none of that shit. Let's debate. And it's not to say my shit can't be changed. It's not to say that I have all of the answers. All right? But I'm not basing what I'm saying off of feelings. I'm basing it off of evidence and facts. That's how we can move shit forward. And at the end of the day, I don't think that you can do that between the genders unless you involve both of the genders. All right? Unless you involve both of them. What do I say on this channel all day? I said, at the point that you have two warring factions that stop talking, what happens? War. That's what happens. If you really want a solution-focused and oriented environment, there has to be communication between the two factions, between male and female. That's the only way we can come up to a way to solve for some of these very prevalent problems. On to the Patreon. Questions, comments, concerns. Y'all already know what to do. Mediocre tutorials and reviews at gmail.com. I appreciate y'all for coming through. I appreciate y'all for showing love. I appreciate all the donations that came through. I appreciate all the content creators that came through to show love, support, and respect. I appreciate y'all. Until next time, YouTube, or until I go into Patreon right after,